Hello everyone, welcome to this complete cybersecurity and ethical hacking introduction course. First of all, thank you all of you from the bottom of my heart to enroll in this course. Now it is my responsibility to teach you everything and let you aware from the every concept of cybersecurity and ethical hacking. I will teach you everything which will help you to kickstart your career in cybersecurity field. I will teach each and every concept in details with examples as well. So, let the journey begins. If you don't know anything about cybersecurity and ethical hacking, even if you haven't heard the term cybersecurity and ethical hacking, don't worry, we will discuss everything in this course. First of all, we will discuss what is cybersecurity, then three reasons why cybersecurity is important in this modern era, then 10 reasons to learn cybersecurity, what is hacking, who is hacker, types of hackers, how to become a professional hacker, the complete roadmap of becoming the best hacker, and what are the skills required to become a hacker, different programming languages and their importance in cybersecurity, why Linux is the best operating system for hacking, best Linux distribution for hacking purpose, best cybersecurity certificates to undertake in your cybersecurity journey, what is cyber attacks, types of cyber attacks, and much more. Hello and welcome to the first lecture of the Cybersecurity and Ethical Hacking Introduction course. Welcome to this new video. In this video, we will discuss about what is cybersecurity. Firstly, I will tell you the bookish definition or the definition which is available on the internet. The first definition is cybersecurity is the combination of process, practice, and technologies designed to protect networks, computers, programs, data, and information from attack, damage, and unauthorized access. The second definition is cybersecurity is the practice of securing networks, systems, and any other digital infrastructure from malicious attacks. I know, guys, it is quite difficult to understand in first time. So, the simplest possible definition, according to me, is keeping everything you do online safe. Whether you are browsing or surfing on the internet, whether you are doing any online transaction or shopping online or texting someone or mailing someone or using any social media platform. Welcome everyone. In this session, we will discuss three reasons why cybersecurity is important than ever. As the technology sector is increasing rapidly, the increment in the number of cybercrime is also increasing. It is also very important to protect your personal, business, and customer data from cyber threats. Every company should take various steps to keep their data safe and secure. There are many cybersecurity companies that provide various products to secure their data from hackers. Now, let's discuss those three reasons. The first reason is the world has gone fully mobile. This is the era of smart devices, and the smartphones are one of those devices that have taken the entire world. Keeping the technology safe from hackers is not the only way to get protected from cyber crimes. Thousands of smartphones got missing within a year, and hacking those missing smartphones is much easier, which contains valuable information. It is important for you to secure your smartphone with a strong password, and you should have a backup for your every data. Smartphones also have the data whipping capability which help you to protect the data from compromising. The next reason is the Internet of Things. Internet of Things is also known as IoT. IoT is the trendiest technology these days. The smart devices are synced to the internet, then the connected device interact with each other online. But IoT is making the devices more vulnerable to cybercrime. For cybersecurity, it is obvious to have a strong password for the Wi-Fi where unauthorized devices cannot get connected easily. Larger businesses needs a robust cybersecurity plan and a team who implements the security plans to keep their business data secure. Now, The third reason is people casually giving out more of their private data. People who are not much aware about cybercrimes, they feel comfortable giving out their information online. Cybercrimes are increasing rapidly and it is an alarming trend for you guys. The personal information such as credit card and bank details should not be provided to anyone online. Because after getting the basic information about your bank details, it is very easy for cyber criminals to hack the bank accounts. There are various cybersecurity products available which can be used to protect your data from hacking, but it is important not to share personal information online. Keeping different password for every device which can help you to keep your data secure. See top 10 reasons to learn cybersecurity. This section will motivate you to become a cybersecurity expert in your life. Cybersecurity has become a key area of job growth in the last few years, which has resulted from an influx of people opting for a cybersecurity career. Even so, there are a number of people who are still having second thought as to whether they should jump into unknown weather of cybersecurity for their professional life. These top 10 reasons to learn cybersecurity should definitely help you to make your mind. Reason number 10 is cybersecurity is an evergreen industry. Believe me guys, this industry will not fall down in future for sure. Cybersecurity has slowly transformed into evergreen industry. Like air pollution was a byproduct of industrial revolution, same with cybersecurity. Cyber attacks are similar byproduct of the digital revolution. Keeping this situation in mind and looking at the advancement we have made as a community since the evolution of the internet, I think it's an obvious conclusion that cybersecurity as a viable career option is here to stay for long. With the advance of topics like big data, Internet of Things, and cloud computing, the permanent status of cybersecurity and the magnitude of its importance has been very well set in stone. So, if you wish to learn cybersecurity in today's age, it is definitely a good idea for sure. Thank you. Reason number 9 is you will get a chance to travel the world with cybersecurity. For those of you who inspire to travel the global, cybersecurity might just be the perfect career path. Thousands of homegrown cybersecurity experts are working for protect businesses, government agencies, and general consumers on a global scale. The rise in cyber attack is outpacing the supply of defenders. This result in plenty of opportunities for cybersecurity professional and expert to travel overseas to serve their skills which are in high demand. Who doesn't like to travel the world on others expense? Honestly, I like, and I might be sure you also like that, correct? Hence, if you have ever wanted to work in different countries, then a career in cybersecurity might just be perfect job for you. That compromises our confidentiality, availability, and integrity. Even so, the number of cybercrimes are only increasing day by day. Millions of people are falling victim of phishing scam, ransomware and spyware, DOS and DDoS attacks, and many more. Don't worry, guys. You will learn about all the attacks in details in some upcoming videos. The online threat to companies, whether it is big, small, or individual, is very large and growing day by day. Around the world, national crime agencies, police forces, cybersecurity agencies all are fighting this menace, but they need more help. They need people like you. If you want the satisfaction of doing a rewarding job and if you want to make a real difference in the society, learn cybersecurity and join this industry. This is the perfect career path for you. The reason number 7 is you will get the chance to work with secret agencies and you will also get a chance to work for your country as a cyber security expert. It is certain that the cybersecurity professionals have a clear suit at working with prestigious Fortune 500 companies like Microsoft, Amazon, Google, Apple, Dell, Infotech, etc. But the potential doesn't end there. Experts who prove to be worthy of their skill might earn the chance to work with top secret government agencies and intelligence agencies. Example: MI6, Mossad, NSA, RAW, GRU, and many others. So, if you learn cybersecurity, you might just become a top secret agent. How cool is that, correct? The reason number 6 might be a good news for some people. The reason is you don't need to be good at maths at all. It is completely fine if your math skills are very bad. See guys, it's a known fact that not everyone shares the same love or affection for maths that some people seems to have, correct? If you recognize yourself as a person who always had an allergy to mathematics like me, then a career in cybersecurity should be a good choice for you. Good cybersecurity courses are completely free from mathematics. Instead of, you can spend time to learn skill like programming and networking, which will help you to build a career specific skill set. Okay. Hello everyone, welcome to another video. Now we will discuss fifth reason. There is an unlimited potential for personal growth in cybersecurity. Why? Because cyber attackers are getting smarter by the day, and because of their smartness, cyber attacks are also getting dangerous simultaneously. Cybersecurity professionals are always busy in outsmarting black hat hackers, patching vulnerabilities, and analyzing the risk of an organization. Tackling such attacks is an only ever advancing industry which requires continuous study and throughout research. This means after you learn cybersecurity and start working, your knowledge is continuously enriched, and with experience your wisdom continuously get honed. And then after, the sky is the limit when we are talking about personal growth in cybersecurity. Now moving forward, there are plenty of opportunities in cybersecurity. There are more than 1 million companies spread across different sectors and industries in this world. Most of the companies share one thing common today, that is internet. Nowadays, internet connection is required for every company and organization. There are currently more than 4 lakh people are actively working in cybersecurity industries, and demand of cyber skill in every type of company and government department is growing rapidly. So whether your dream of working in sports or fashion, media or emergency services, finance or retail, cyber skills can be your gateway, as everyone needs someone to defend their sensitive data from hackers. Now we are into our top 3 reasons. The reason number 3 is there are variety of industries to choose in cybersecurity. As a cybersecurity professional, you are not confined to a singular industry only, unlike a majority of professional world. Digitalization is taking the place across a lot of industries. With advancement in the field of automation, big data, cloud computing, autonomous, IoT, and data management, we could say that we are going through a digital revolution. So, being a cybersecurity expert doesn't stop you from working in a hospital, school, government agencies, top secret military agencies, and other agencies as well. The gates are widely open for you guys, as almost everyone wants to be secure on the digital front. I hope you are understanding my thoughts. Now, the second reason is it is a job that never gets boring. Doing same thing over and over again and again can make anyone bored, but not in this field. Due to the unpredictable nature of the future, a cybersecurity career is not and cannot be static and still. You will be challenged on a regular basis. There will be a new and unexpected failure as well as amazing and surprising discoveries as well. One certainty is that attackers will continue to develop new exploit on a certain basis, and it is your responsibility to find creative and optimized solution for the arising problems. As a cybersecurity professional, you will be solving new puzzles, fighting off new demons, and supporting new activities on a regular basis. So, if you tend to easily get bored due to things being monotonous, fret not. Cybersecurity career will never get boring. Now it's time for final reason from my side. The reason number one is fat paychecks, or in other words, handsome amount of salary. I think we all can agree that money makes the world round. In other words, money is very much important in everyone's life. With the news of a new cyber attacks every week, the world has realized the importance of cybersecurity. Businesses and government agencies are looking for experts who can protect their system from cyber criminals. Trust me, guys, they are willing to pay very high salaries to every cyber security expert. There are great opportunities for everyone who wants to start a career in cybersecurity. Yes, guys, that's it from my side. I hope I am able to motivate you in order to learn cybersecurity. Bye, guys. See you in the next session. Let's discuss about the term vulnerabilities and penetration testing. You will hear these words many times in upcoming videos. I don't want you guys to get confused at that time. That's why we are discussing these terms. First of all, we will discuss computer vulnerability. A computer vulnerability is a cybersecurity term that refers to a defect in a system that can leave system open to attack. This vulnerability could also refer to any type of weakness present in a computer itself, in a set of procedure, or in anything that allows information security to be exposed to a threat. It is possible for network staff and computer users to protect computers from vulnerabilities by regularly updating software and security patches. Nowadays, everyone is using smartphone. Have you ever noticed why smartphone companies give you security updates on regular basis in your smartphone? So, this is the reason. They found some vulnerabilities in their system, so that they give you a security patch update to fix that bug. Now we will discuss penetration testing. Penetration testing, also called as pen testing or ethical hacking. It is the practice of testing a computer system, network or web application to find security vulnerabilities that an attacker could exploit. Penetration testing can be automated with software applications or performed manually also. The main objective of penetration testing is to identify security weaknesses. Penetration testing can also be used to test an organization's security policy. Hello everyone, welcome to another section. As we all know that computers have become mandatory to run successful businesses. Nowadays it is not enough to have isolated computer system. They need to be networked to facilitate communication with external businesses as well. This exposes them to the outside world and hacking. Hacking means using computer to commit illegal acts such as fraud, privacy invasion, stealing corporate or personal data, etc. Cybercrime cost many organizations millions of dollars every year. Businesses need to protect themselves against such attacks. Now let's talk about what is hacking. The first definition is hacking is an attempt to exploit a computer system or a network inside a computer. The second definition is hacking is identifying weakness in computer system or network to exploit its weakness to gain access. These are some definitions of hacking which is available on internet. But it is quite difficult to understand. Let me explain you in simple words. Hacking is the unauthorized access or control of computer system or computer networks for some illegal purposes. I hope I could explain you. Okay guys, now let's talk about types of hackers. Hackers can be classified according to the intent of their action. The following list classifies hackers according to their intent. First one is ethical hacker, also known as white hat hacker. The second one is cracker, also known as black hat hacker. The third one is grey hat hacker. Fourth one is script kiddies. Fifth is activist, and the sixth is freaker. Don't worry guys, I am not here to just tell you names. We will discuss each type in upcoming videos. So stay tuned with me guys. Bye bye. There are mainly three types of hackers around the globe: white hat, black hat, and grey hat. White, black, and grey refers to the relationship between the hacker and the system who they are trying to attack. Now first we will talk about black hat hackers. The term black hat originates from western movies where the bad guy wore black hats and the good guy wore white hats. I know it is quite funny and stupid. A black hat hacker is an individual who attempts to gain unauthorized entry into a system or network to exploit them for malicious reasons. The black hat hacker does not have any permission or authority to compromise their targets. They try to inflict damage by compromising security system, altering function of websites and networks, or shutting down systems. They often do these things to steal or gain access to passwords, financial information, and other personal data. So guys, a hacker who gain unauthorized access to computer system for personal gain is known as black hat hackers. The black hat hackers' intent is usually to steal corporate data, violate privacy rights, and transfer funds from bank account, etc. I hope you are getting my point. See you in the next video guys. In this video, we will talk about white hat hackers. In comparison of black hat hackers, white hat hackers are deemed to be good guys. They work with organizations to strengthen the security of a system. A white hat has a permission to engage the target and to compromise them within the prescribed rule of engagement. White hat hackers are often referred to as ethical hackers. They are specialized in ethical hacking tools, techniques, and methodologies to secure an organization's information system. Unlike black hat hackers, ethical hackers exploit security networks and look for backdoors when they are legally permitted to do so. White hat hackers always disclose every vulnerability they find in a company's security system so that it can be fixed before they are being exploited by malicious attackers. Guys, some Fortune 50 companies like Facebook, Microsoft, Google, Apple, they also use white hat hackers to save their system from black hat hackers. So, the term white hat in internet slangs refer to an ethical computer hacker or a computer security expert who specialize in penetration testing and in other testing methodologies to ensure the security of an organization's information system. In next video, we will see about grey hat hackers. In this video, we will talk about grey hat hackers. A hacker who is in between ethical and black hat hackers is known as grey hat hackers. Grey hat hackers breaks into computer system without authority with a view to identify weakness and reveal them to the system owners. Grey hat exploits network and computer system in the way that black hats do, but do without any malicious intent. They disclose all loopholes and vulnerabilities to law enforcement agencies or intelligence agencies. Usually, grey hat hackers surf the net and hack into computer system to notify the administrator or the owner that their system or network contains one or more vulnerabilities that must be fixed immediately. Grey hats may also extort the hacked, offering to correct the defect for a nominal fees. So, a grey hat is a computer hacker or a computer security expert who may sometimes violate law or typical ethical standards but do not have malicious intent, typically like black hat hackers. The term came into use in late 1990s. See you in the next video. Hey guys, welcome to this new video. As we all know that nowadays internet is everywhere. Anyone can download software from the internet very easily. They just need a computer and access to the web. That's all. There are thousands of hacking and security programs that exist online. These programs are written by highly skilled programmers. Many of them are free to download and use. This can be a blessing to the new user who want to learn cybersecurity. But wait, it can be spell trouble when a script kiddies try to use them for hacking purpose. Now let's talk about what is script kiddies. A script kiddie or skiddy is someone who lacks programming knowledge and use existing software to launch an attack. In most of the cases, a script kiddie will use this program without even knowing how they work or what they do. For example, imagine a child gets their first computer. The child watches a movie about hacking and then downloads a copy of Kali Linux. They begin playing with the various programs while searching for online tutorials. At first, they may be perceived as nothing more than an internet noob due to their lack of experience and quickness to brag and boast. Sometimes they will even resort to cyberbullying and cyberstalking also. Cyberbullying and cyberstalking is very bad, guys. However, this may simply be a cover for other more bad activities also. In short, guys, a script kiddie is a non-skilled person who gain access to computer system using already made tools. See you in the next video. Hey everyone, welcome to this new video. In this video, we will see about hacktivist. But first, we need to understand what is hacktivism. Hacktivism is derived from combining the word hack and activism. Hacktivism is the act of hacking or breaking into a computer system for politically or socially motivated purpose. The individual who performs an act of activism is said to be a hacktivist. Hacktivist is a person who does activities such as defecting an organization's website or leaking the organization's information aimed to send message through their activities and gain visibility for a cause they are promoting. You might be thinking that who do activists target? Common targets for hacktivists include government agencies, multinational corporation or any other entity perceived as bad or wrong by the hacktivist group or individuals. Of course, gaining unauthorized access to any organization's asset through such activities is criminal act. Now, you might be thinking that what motivates activists to do such criminal activities? Probably their motivation includes some kind of revenge, political or social incentives, some kind of ideologies, protest, a desire to embarrass certain organization, etc. In general, a hacktivist or a group of activists try to hack those government organizations, agencies and companies who goes against their moral positions. So, a hacktivist is a hacker who hacks the hacktivist is a hacker who use hacking to send social, religious and political etc. messages. This is usually done by hijacking website and leaving the message on the hijacked websites. See you in the next video, guys. Hey everyone. In this video, we will learn about phreaker. Phreaker is a person who gain illegal access to the telephone system. Phreakers are people who specialized in attacks on telephone system. The word which became popular in mid-1980s is probably a combination of word phone and freak. Freakers are also known as freaks or phone freaks. In the early days, freakers whistled or used an instrument to mimic the tones the phone system then used to route calls and identify payments, especially as a way to avoid payment for an expensive call. Modern phreaking involves breaking into and manipulating the phone company's computer system, which makes it a specialized kind of hacking. In simple words, guys, a hacker who identifies and exploits weaknesses in telephone instead of computers is known as phreaker. So, thank you guys for watching till here. I hope I am able to explain you all the types of hackers. See you in the next video, guys. Bye. Hey guys, this video is a quick summary of this particular section. Point number 1. Hacking is identifying and exploiting weaknesses in computer system and computer networks. Point number 2. Cybercrime is committing a crime with the aid of computers and information technology infrastructure. Point 3. Ethical hacking is about to improve the security of computers and computer networks. And the last point is ethical hacking is legal. Hello everyone, welcome back again with a new video on ethical hacking. In previous videos, I have discussed all about what is hacking, types of hackers and many more things. Hackers are generally intelligent individuals with good computer skills and with the ability to create and exploit the computer software and hardware. Their intention could be either to gain knowledge or to dig around to do illegal things. Attackers are motivated by the zeal to know more, while malicious attackers would intend to steal data. In general, there are 5 phases in which an intruder advances an attack. Phase 1, Reconnaissance. Phase 2, Scanning. Phase 3, Gaining access. Phase 4, Maintaining access. And Phase 5, Covering tracks. Let's discuss first phase, reconnaissance. The term reconnaissance also stands for information gathering, which means gathering an information about our target, which involves network scanning either internal or external without authorization. This is the phase that allows the potential attacker to strategize his or her attack. In simple words, in this phase, we try to gather information about our target. So, if our target is a website, then we can find an information about the IP address of that website, the website is hosted on which server, what kind of frameworks are used in order to build that website, etc. Once we complete with the first phase, then we will directly jump into the second phase, which is scanning. In scanning phase, we actually scan each and every component of the system or the website in order to find vulnerabilities. So, once we find the vulnerability, then the next step is to exploit that vulnerability, which means in order to take access of that system or website. So, once we found the vulnerability, then we will try to take the access of the system by exploiting that vulnerability. So, in the third phase, we are actually gaining access, and once we are inside the system, once we are successfully expert in that system, then first step which one have to perform is we have to first make a backdoor. But what is backdoor? Just for an example, we are inside one system and somehow we lost access from that system. Now, what we can do? We are not able to get into the system back. Do we really need to perform the whole process again? Nah, I don't think so. I mean, you can do that, but we are going to be a smart hacker. So, the first process is that once we are inside the system, we try to maintain our control on that system. So, in order to maintain our access, we can generate our own vulnerabilities by changing some code of that system so that we can come back into their system whenever we want in order to take access. So this is what we can do in maintaining access phase. So once we complete our fourth phase, which is maintaining the access, once we exploited the system, then the last step is clearing tracks, which means clearing our records. So what we can do is we can even leave the log files, we can clear histories, even we can change their registry setting also. So guys, these are the 5 phases. First one is reconnaissance, in which we find the information. Then the second one is scanning, in which we scan the system and find the vulnerabilities. Then the third is gaining access, in which we try to exploit the system. The fourth one is maintaining access, in which we can make a backdoor so that we can come back into the system in order to take its access. Then the last step is clearing tracks, in which we have to clear our footprints. So these are the 5 phases which one have to follow to perform a successful hack. Thank you for watching this video. Bye. Hey everyone, welcome to this new and the most important session of this course. In this session, we will discuss how to become a great ethical hacker. If you know nothing about how to get started in this ethical hacking field, don't worry. By simply following what I am going to tell you in this session, you will become a successful ethical hacker. It is my guarantee. In this session, we will discuss what are the skills required to become an ethical hacker, and I will also tell you some of the best resources to learn and master that skills. I will also tell you some of the worldwide recognized certifications to undertake which will help you to grow as ethical hacker. It is my humble request to all of you that please watch this session very carefully, because this session will provide you the complete roadmap of the how to become an ethical hacker. Always remember, it is not mandatory to have a professional degree in cybersecurity or information technology. If one has an adequate amount of interest and a necessary foundation of computer skills and coding, one can be an ethical hacker with additional learning very easily. If you wish to become an ethical hacker, just keep in mind there are not any easy method. You have to learn something new every day. There is no shortcut method to become an ethical hacker. Firstly, learn some basic computer skills like how computer works, what is BIOS, how to install operating system, what is hardware and software, learn to use command line, learn to type fast with keyboard, and learn how to use shortcuts. In order to enter into IT security field as a white hat, or in other words as ethical hacker, you need to learn some skills that require to become an ethical hacker. So some basics required skills are: first computer networking skill, second Windows, third basic computer skills, fourth Linux, fifth programming, sixth basic hardware knowledge, 7 reverse engineering, 8 cryptography, and ninth database skill. Don't worry, we will discuss about each and every skills, why they are important to become an ethical hacker. See you in the next video. Hey everyone, welcome to this new video. In this video, we will talk about networking skill. In networking, we will discuss what is computer network, why the networking skill is important for hackers, and what are the certifications to undertake for networking. Now first, let's talk about what is computer network. A computer network consists of two or more computers connected together to share information and resources. Here, resources means printer and hard disk, etc. Today, we can see in all over the world there are almost all devices are connected to one and another. Internet is also a computer network in which billions of computers and devices are connected together. For example, if there is a router in your house and your computer, television and other devices are connected with the router to share information. So this is an example of internal network. And if your house devices are connected to the router and your router is connecting to the ISP and your ISP is connecting to the other large networks, then a big network is produced. So this network is called external network. Here ISP means Internet Service Provider, which can provide you internet. Now we can discuss about why the networking skill is important for hackers. If you become a professional hacker, you must be know about the network and how a network works. You must know about network models, IP address and network protocols, etc. Networking skill is very important in the field of hacking. Almost all the devices are connected to the network nowadays. Suppose if a hacker access to victim's network, so he or she can do anything with the victim's computer. Ethical hacker can also know about the networking knowledge. So he or she can solve the problem if any bad hacker can attack on the network. For learning networking, I suggest Cisco. From Cisco, you will get a great networking knowledge and certification. Cisco has grown to be a recognized worldwide leader in networking field. Earning a certification from Cisco is the best way to prepare for a successful career in networking. A Cisco certification provides you with the knowledge and expertise to succeed in networking as technology evolves. The program teaches you to install, monitor, and troubleshoot the network infrastructure products at the very heart of the Internet of Things. I hope after this video you can know about what is computer networks and why the networking skill is important for hackers. See you in the next video, guys. Everyone, welcome to this new video. After getting all the fundamentals knowledge, learn Windows administration because 90% of the world's computer are running Windows administration in them. So your victim computer which you want to gain access is probably using Windows operating system only, and most of the viruses are also created in order to target Windows computer. By mastering in Windows, you will also learn how to prevent those viruses. You can directly learn Windows administration by Microsoft certifications like MCSA certificate, which stands for Microsoft Certified Solution Associate. It is a beginner level certification. And then MCSE, which stands for Microsoft Certified Solution Expert, and second one is MCSD, which stands for Microsoft Certified Solution Developer. These are an expert level certification. The last one is MCSM, which stands for Microsoft Certified Solution Master. It is a master level certification. So that's all for this video, guys. See you in the next video. The next skill is computer skills. Computer skills are knowledge and ability which allows you to use computers and its related technologies. Typically, basic computer skills includes data processing, managing computer files and creating presentation. These type of works probably you have done in your school days. Advanced computer skills include managing database, programming and running calculation in spreadsheets. Some of the best computer skills are MS Office, spreadsheets, email, database management, social media, web, enterprise system, etc. So, an ethical hacker need to be a computer system expert also. Hello everyone, welcome to this new video. In this video, we will talk about Linux. Learning Linux is compulsory to become a great hacker. Nearly every professional and expert hackers use Linux. Linux is a community of open source. It is a free and open source operating system, and its open source code can be modified and distributed to anyone commercially or non-commercially under the GNU, General Public License. The main reason to learn Linux for an ethical hacker is in terms of security. Linux is more secure than any other operating system. Linux is more secure than any other operating system. It does mean that Linux is 100% secure. Linux is more secure than any other operating system. It does not mean that Linux is 100% secure. Linux has some malware, but their vulnerability is very less than any other operating system. So it does not require any antivirus software. Although some hacks can be done with Windows and Mac OS, but nearly all of the hacking tools are developed specifically for Linux. For learning Linux, you can join Red Hat exams. Red Hat gives you the best Linux knowledge and also gives you certificate of passing Red Hat exams, which will be helpful in your cybersecurity career. In some upcoming videos, we will also discuss some of the best Linux distributions that specifically designed for hacking purpose. Another most important skill to become an ethical hacker is programming skill. There is no denying the fact that programming is the fundamental hacking skill. The more you program, the better hacker you become. Mastering a programming language allows you to be self-dependent, and it gives you the knowledge of working of programs to exploit them very easily. Learning programming also gives you the power to create your own custom malware and making it difficult for an antivirus software to detect. Most of the hacking tools are freely available and open source. So if you have mastered the art of programming, using hacking tools and making them better is an easy task for you. So before you start with the basic of hacking, learn to code and create a solid foundation. In short, coding is essential for hacking because a hacker is someone who breaks a system protocol or application security which is programmed in a certain programming language. In order to understand the working and find the vulnerabilities of a machine and application, a hacker must learn couple of programming language to complete the task. However, if you want to target some specific area of hacking, you must choose the programming language very wisely. In some upcoming videos, we will discuss some of the best programming language and their use in hacking. The next required skill is basic hardware knowledge. Computer hardware consists of the physical parts of a computer like the central processing unit CPU, monitor, mouse, keyboard, computer data storage, graphics card, sound card, speaker and motherboard, etc. By contrast, the software is the set of instructions that can be stored and run by hardware. For example, suppose you want to hack a machine that is controlled by a computer. Firstly, you need to know about the machine or how it's works, correct? Last, you have to get the access to the computer that controls the machine. Now, the machine will have a very good software security system. However, hackers don't care about hardware security. So you can play with the hardware if you can access it. If you don't know about hardware, then how will you know how motherboard works, how USB is to transfer data, how BIOS works, etc. So you must have basic hardware knowledge also to become a great ethical hacker. The next skill is reverse engineering. It is a process of recovering the design, requirement specifications and function of a product from an analysis of its code. It builds a program database and generates information from this. The objective of reverse engineering is to expedite the maintenance work by improving understandability of produce the necessary document for a legacy system. In software security, reverse engineering is widely used to ensure that the system does not have any major security flaws or vulnerabilities. It helps to make a system strong, thereby protecting it from hackers and spyware. I know it is difficult to understand. Let me explain in simple words. Reverse engineering is also called as back engineering. It is the process of extracting knowledge or design information from anything man-made and reproducing it or reproducing anything based on the extracted information. Reverse engineering is also beneficial in crime where suspected malware is reverse engineered to understand what it does and how to detect and remove it and to allow computers and devices to work together. Reverse engineering can also be used to crack software and media to remove their copy protection. So, in conclusion, reverse engineering is also an important skill for ethical hacking. To become a successful hacker, you need to master the art of cryptography. Encryption and decryption are important skills in hacking. Encryption is widely done in several aspects of information system security in authentication, confidentiality, and integrity of the data. In simple words, information on a network is in an encrypted form such as password. While hacking a system, these encrypted codes need to be broken, which is called decryption. Cryptography is the study and application of techniques for reliable communication in the presence of third parties called advertisers. It deals with developing and analyzing protocol and prevent malicious third-party attacks from retrieving information being shared between two entities. Cryptography deals with converting a normal text or message known as plain text to a non-readable form known as ciphertext during the transmission to make it incomprehensible to hacker. An ethical hacker must assure that communication between different people within the organization does not leak. The next required skill is database. DBMS, which refers to Database Management System, is the puzzle of creating and managing all the databases. Accessing a database where all the information is stored can put the company in tremendous threat. So, to ensure that the software which company is using is hack proof is very important. An ethical hacker must have a good understanding of database along with different database engines and data schemes to help the organization build a strong database management system. See you in the next video. So, these are the top 10 ethical hacking certification course to become a cybersecurity professional. I am not saying that you have to undertake all these certifications, but at least you can undertake 2 or 3 certifications. All these certification courses are paid ones and industry recognized, which will help you to find a job in IT security sector. Hello everyone, welcome to this new video. Earlier we discussed the importance of programming skill in ethical hacking. In this video we will discuss in detail about important programming languages for hacking purpose. Before we start, you need to keep in mind that the best programming language for hacking will merely depend on what type of attack you choose to carry. Any programming language can be the deal breaker as long as you create a perfect strategy. There are lots of programming languages, but few are required for hacking purpose because in most cases it depends upon the target. There are basically 3 sections. First one is web hacking and pen testing, second one is exploit writing, and third one is reverse engineering. First we will discuss web hacking and pen testing, followed by exploit writing and reverse engineering. See you in the next video. In this video, we will talk about programming languages used for web hacking and pen testing. If you are interested in web hacking and pen testing, then you must learn HTML, JavaScript, SQL, PHP and Perl, these type of languages. First, we will discuss about HTML. You should always begin with basic programming language, and HTML is the perfect language to start with. HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language. HTML is the building blocks of the internet. It glues the whole internet together. Without HTML, you would not be even able to see this video. Being an ethical hacker, you should be able to understand web action, response, structure and logic. So, you should already be able to guess its necessity. Moreover, learning HTML is not that tough. So, I suggest you to invest some time behind mastering your HTML basics properly. It will prove to be an essential invest when you move forward and start curating more complex hacking programs. The short form of penetration testing is pen testing. So please don't get confused between pen testing and penetration testing. They both are same. The second programming language is JavaScript. JavaScript is the most used programming language as client-side programming and for web development. It is also the best language for hacking web applications. In fact, it is the best programming language for hackers and security experts for developing cross-site scripting hacking programs. You should learn JavaScript as high priority mode. Understanding JavaScript code logics can help you find the web flaws, and it is the best language to manipulate both front-end and back-end web components. The third language is SQL. SQL stands for Structured Query Language. It is the database programming language, and it is also one of the most favorite hacking programming language for ethical hackers. This programming language is used to query and fetch information from database. All big and small websites and web apps are using database to store their data like login credential and other valuable inventories. It is the most sensitive part of the web. SQL is the best programming language for hacking into corporate database. So a hacker must learn SQL to communicate with database and to develop hacking programs based on SQL injection. Without a complete understanding of SQL, you will not be able to counterattack database attacks. Don't worry guys, we will learn about SQL injection and other so many types of cyber attacks in some upcoming videos. The fourth programming language is PHP. PHP is an acronym for Hypertext Preprocessor. It is a dynamic programming language upon which modern day content management systems like WordPress and Drupal are built on. As most of the personal websites you see on the internet is based on these content management systems. So, in-depth knowledge of PHP is must for compromising such networks, taking down a personal website or a blog. If you want to specialize in web hacking, then I certainly recommend you to sharpen your PHP skill. Hackers use PHP mainly for developing server hacking programs as it is a server-side scripting language. The fifth programming language is Perl. Perl is an important programming language for hacking to compromise old machines since many old systems still use Perl. Perl is worth learning for practical reasons. It is very widely used for active web pages and system administration. Perl is still the best available language for manipulating text files on Unix systems. The extensible nature of Perl allows hackers to create a wide variety of hacking programs. Hey guys, welcome to the new video. In this video, we will cover best programming languages for writing exploits. Exploit writing is an advanced part of hacking. It requires higher level of programming language. Every professional hacker must know about how to create exploit. Exploits can be created in any programming languages like C, C++, Python, Ruby, Java and Lisp. First, we will talk about C language. C language is the mother of all the programming language. C is the most important programming language used in creation for Linux and Windows itself. So learning C program will help an ethical hacker to understand the way of working of this operating system, like how CPU and memory interact with each other. So it is no surprise that C is also used extensively in security industry. The low-level nature of C provides an edge over other programming language used for hacking programming when it comes to access low-level hardware components such as RAM. Security professionals mostly use this language when they need to manipulate system hardware and resources on a lower level. C also gives penetration tester to the ability to write blazing fast socket programming scripts. In my opinion, C language is the most important programming language for hacking purpose. The next programming language is C++. This is arguable, but C++ is one of the best programming language for hacking corporate softwares, as most of the corporate softwares comes under the proprietary license and often require paid activation. hackers usually need to do some reverse engineering in order to bypass that. C++ provides the low level of access which is necessary to analyze the machine code and bypass such activation scheme. There are many modern hacking programs are built on C++ language. So, if you want to crack enterprise software or build proprietary hacking program software by yourself, mastering C++ should be your foremost priority. The next programming language is Python. Python is declared as the best programming language for hacking. Unlike any other programming language, Python is the easiest language to learn. It is the most used language for exploit writing, as Python is the easiest programming language to write automation script because of its pre-built libraries with some powerful functionality. Ethical hackers often use this dynamic programming language for scripting their on-demand hacking programs on the go. Also run without compilation nature of Python makes it an essential programming language for hackers to take down web servers. From testing the integrity of corporate server to automating most of your hacking programs, Python lets you do almost anything if it's used in right way. Therefore, it is highly recommended you to learn Python socket programming because it helps you lot in learning exploit creation. The next programming language is Ruby. It is one of the best programming language for hacking and multi-purpose corporate system. It is also used in web development. Ruby is simple but complicated object-oriented programming language. Ruby is syntactically very similar to Python. Although both Python and Ruby languages are great at automating common hacking programs, but Ruby is much more web focused. It is also arguable that Ruby is one of the best programming language for hacking due to the superior flexibility it offers while writing exploits. This is the reason why Metasploit, the most infamous penetration testing framework, choose Ruby as its base language. The next programming language is Java. Java is the most widely used programming language in coding community. With the encryption of Android, Java code now runs on more than 3 billion mobile devices. Java was originally released with the slogan "Write once, run anywhere," which was intended to underscore its cross-platform capabilities. Because of that, Java is the perfect programming language for hacking PC, mobile devices and web servers. You can make tools using Java, and it can be also used to create backdoor exploits as well as exploits that can kill a computer. Once you write your hacking program with Java, you can run them on any platform that supports Java. The next programming language is Lisp, L-I-S-P. It is one of the greatest hacking programming language and also the second oldest high-level programming language. Lisp is absolutely wide open, flexible and totally machine independent, which makes it the favorite programming language among hackers. It was the go-to solution for crafting innovative solutions to software problems among old school hackers. By using this language, you can define your own syntax and create any sort of programming paradigm you like to include it in your program. Those who knows this language are most respected in this hacker community. So that's all for this video. See you in the next video guys. Bye. Hey everyone, welcome to this new video. In this video, we will discuss the programming language for reverse engineering. Earlier, we discussed about what is reverse engineering and how it's work. The best programming language for reverse engineering purpose is assembly. Assembly is the low-level programming language but very complicated. This language is very powerful but also very hard to learn. Assembly is thought to be the best programming language for hacking primitive systems. You can instruct a machine hardware or software using assembly language. What makes assembly the most suitable language for developing fast and effective hacking program is its ability to manipulate low-level system processes at very ease. It is also the most suitable programming language to build malwares such as virus and trojans. Reverse engineers also use assembly language. So, if you want to learn reverse engineering, then you must need to learn assembly language. Finally, one more thing guys, programming language for hacking also depends upon what program you want to hack. For example, if a web application is coded in .NET, then you cannot hack it using PHP knowledge. Although you can understand the logic, but it will be harder for you. So always make sure that what you wanna hack and in which programming language the app was coded. Also, hacking is a skill itself. Therefore, only talented and well-trained could become a better security experts. So learn these programming languages to its core and hard train your abilities to solve different coding problems. Bye guys. Hey everyone, welcome to this new video. In this video, we will discuss why every hacker should know and use Linux as their main operating system. The first topic is Linux is open source. Unlike Windows, Linux is open source. What that means for us is that the source code of the Linux operating system is available to us. As such, we can change and manipulate it as we want. If you are trying to make a system operate in the way it was not intended, but being able to manipulate the source code is essential. You can think of it this way. Could you imagine Microsoft giving us the permission of whatever to manipulate or change the kernel of Windows for hacking purpose? Of course not. The second point is transparency of Linux. To hack effectively, you must know and understand your operating system and the operating system that you are going to attack. The Linux is totally transparent. That means we can see and manipulate all its working parts. But not with Windows. Microsoft tries hard to make it as difficult or impossible to know the inner working of their operating system. As a result, when working with Windows, you are working with shadow of what you are thinking is going to under the hood. Whereas in Linux, you have the spotlight shining directly at each and every component of the operating system. It goes without saying. I think this makes working with Linux more effective and efficient. The next point is Linux offers granular control. Linux is granular. That means we have almost infinite amount of control over the operating system. In Windows, you can only control what Microsoft allows you to control, but in Linux, everything can be controlled by the terminal in the most miniscale to the most micro level. In addition, Linux makes scripting in any of the scripting language simple and very effective. The next point is most of the hacking tools are written for Linux. Well, over 90% of all hacking tools are written for Linux. Of course, there are some exceptional cases as well, but those exceptions simply emphasize the rules. Even some hacking tools are ported for Windows, but not all the capabilities transfer from Linux. The next point is the future belongs to Linux or Unix. This seems like ridiculous statement, but I firmly believe that future belongs to Linux and Unix. From the beginning of the internet, Linux and Unix has been the operating system of choice for web server for its stability and reliability. Even today, Linux and Unix dominates the world of web servers with well over 2/3 of the market share. If you believe that the future of computing lies in mobile devices such as tablets and phones, then over 80% of mobile devices are running Unix or Linux. iOS is based on Unix and Android is based on Linux. Microsoft Windows on mobile devices have just 7% of this market. Hacking is an elite profession among the IT field, such as it requires extensive and detailed understanding of IT concepts and technologies. At the most fundamental level, Linux is required. If you want to make hacking and information security as your career, I strongly suggest you to invest time and energy to using and understanding Linux. Here are just some of the big names that have come to use Linux since its development. First is Google, then Facebook, NASA, Amazon, Twitter, McDonald's, IBM, US Department of Defense, and New York Stock Agency. These are only some of the names that use Linux. There are so many big companies as well. See you in the next video. In this video, we will discuss the 5 best operating systems used by ethical hackers and penetration testers. Almost all the best ethical hacking operating systems for security experts are based on Linux kernel. Therefore, favorite operating systems for all types of hackers are always Linux. Security focused operating systems are always best friend of a security analyst. But also keep in mind that simply having this operating system doesn't make anyone a security expert or hacker. All of the operating systems which we will going to discuss are free, open source and based on Linux kernel, and they are bundled with many hacking tools as well. The first and the most famous operating system is Kali Linux. Kali Linux maintained and funded by Offensive Security Limited. It is one of the well-known and favorite ethical hacking operating system used by hackers and security professionals. Kali is a Debian-derived Linux distribution. It is specially designed for real hackers or digital forensics and penetration testing purpose. Apart from desktop support, Kali Linux also has a dedicated project set aside for compatibility and porting to specific Android devices, which is called as Linux Net Hunter. When it comes to security tools, this top ethical hacking operating system is equipped with 600 plus pre-installed penetration testing tools, and these tools are frequently updated. The next operating system is Parrot Security OS. Parrot Security OS is a Linux distribution based on Debian. This Linux distribution for hackers is built in order to perform penetration testing, vulnerability assessment, computer forensics and anonymous surfing. It has been developed by FrozenBox team. Parrot OS is a cloud-friendly Linux distribution. Unlike other ethical hacking operating systems, Parrot OS is a lightweight Linux distribution, which means it can be run over machines which have minimum 265 MB of RAM, and it is also suitable for both 32-bit and 64-bit machines. And with special edition, it works on all 32-bit machines also. Parrot OS is known for being highly customizable and for its strong community support. The next operating system is Black Arch Linux. Black Arch Linux is an Arch Linux based security and penetration testing distribution, which consists of more than 2500 tools, and it is regarded as the first choice distribution among the security researchers to do web and application based security testing. It is a strong alternative to Kali Linux and Backbox in terms of variety of its tools and ease of use. Black Arch is basically a lightweight extension to Arch Linux for security researchers. Arch Linux can be installed on 32-bit and 64-bit machines, and also on Raspberry Pi as well. The next operating system is Backbox. Backbox is an Ubuntu-based Linux distribution aimed at assisting ethical hackers and penetration testers in security assessment. Backbox OS is designed with the objective of being faster, easily operatable and having a minimal desktop environment. The key advantage of Backbox is that its own software repository are updated at regular intervals to keep the distribution stable. This distribution is also popular for real-world operations. The Backbox distribution consists of more than 70 tools for tasks ranging from web analysis and network analysis to stress testing, sniffing, vulnerability assessment, forensics and exploitation. The next operating system is Cyborg Hawk Linux. Cyborg Hawk Linux is regarded as the most advanced, powerful and well-managed Ubuntu-based penetration testing Linux distribution created by Zetrela Knowledge Solution Private Limited. The distribution consists of more than 700 plus tools dedicated to penetration testing and more than 300 tools for mobile security and malware analysis. Cyborg Hawk Linux is completely open source and free to use. Its latest version comes with its own repository. The distribution is highly reliable and stable in the eyes of ethical hackers and pen testers for real-world stress testing of networks, malware analysis, and finding out backdoors. Hey everyone, welcome to this new video. In this video, we will discuss the difference between Linux and Windows operating system. In many ways, Linux and Windows are quite similar. You are probably familiar with the Microsoft operating system. So, when you use Linux, you will note several similarities, but there are also few key differences as well. The difference between two systems first becomes evident when you recall the fact that Linux is open source software while Windows is not open source system. This means that the code used to create Linux is freely available to anyone to use and even edit if they can. This makes Linux a highly customizable piece of software. Windows, while still perhaps the most popular operating system available, does not allow any public access to its source code, meaning your customization options are very limited. This key difference also means a difference in licensing. Anyone is able to download a single copy of a Linux distribution or application and install it on multiple machines. But Windows is restricted. You are only able to install and utilize Microsoft license on one machine at a time. Now let's talk about some similarities between Linux and Windows. Like Windows, Linux has a graphical interface which allows user to interact with it using icon and visual indicators rather than text command and navigations. There are also Linux equivalents for virtually all the programs you have used on Windows, such as Microsoft Office application. Most Windows-based applications and programs you can name will have a similar version on Linux operating system. Before getting started with cyber attacks, firstly we need to understand the term cyber attacks and the purpose of cyber attacks. A cyber attack is any type of offensive action that target computer system, infrastructure, computer networks or professional computer devices by using various methods to steal, alter or destroy data or information system. I know it is quite difficult to understand in first attempt. Let me explain in simple words. A cyber attack is a malicious and deliberated attempt by an individual or organization to breach the information system of another individual or organization. Usually, the attacker seeks some type of benefits from disrupting the victim's network. A cyber attack is also known as a computer network attack (CNA). If you have ever studied famous battle in history, you will know that no two are exactly alike. Still, there are similar strategies and tactics often used in battle because they are time proven to be effective. Similarly, when a criminal is trying to hack an organization, they won't reinvent the wheel unless they absolutely have to. They will draw upon common types of hacking techniques that are known to be highly effective, such as malware, phishing or cross-site scripting, etc. Upcoming videos are the overview of some of the most common types of cyber attacks seen today. In this session, we will discuss types of cyber attacks such as malware, phishing, man-in-the-middle attack, DOS attack, SQL injection, zero-day exploit, cross-site scripting, and business email compromise. We will discuss each type of cyber attack in details. Now let's talk about malware attacks. If you have ever seen an antivirus alert pop up on your computer screen, or if you have mistakenly clicked a malicious email attachment, then you have had a close call with malware. Attackers love to use malware to gain a foothold in users' computer and consequently the office they work in because it can be very effective. Malware refers to various forms of harmful software such as virus, ransomware and trojans. Once malware is in your computer, it can wreak all sorts of havoc. From taking control of your machine to monitoring your actions and keystrokes to silently send all sorts of confidential data from your computer or network to attackers' computer network. Attackers will use a variety of methods to get a malware into your computer. but at some stage it often requires user to take an action to install the malware. This action can include clicking a link to download a file or opening an attachment that may look no harmless like a Word document or PDF attachment, but actually they has a malware install hidden. Now we will discuss phishing attack. Of course, there are chances that you would not just open a random attachment or a click on a link in any email that comes to your way. There has to be a compelling reason for you to take action. Attackers know this too. When an attacker wants you to install malware or debug sensitive information, they often turn to phishing tactics or pretending to be someone or something else to get you to take an action that you normally would not. Since they rely on human curiosity and impulse, phishing attacks can be difficult to stop. In a phishing attack, an attacker may send you an email that appears to be from someone you trust, like your boss or a company you do business with. The email will seem legitimate and it will have some urgency to it. For example, attackers may send you an email about fraudulent activity has been detected on your social media account or any other platform. In the email, there will be an attachment to open or a link to click on. Upon opening the malicious attachment, you will thereby install malware in your computer. If you click the link, it may send you to a legitimate looking website that asks for you to log in to access the important file. This legitimate looking website is actually a trap used to capture your credential when you try to log in. In order to combat phishing attempts, understanding the importance of verifying email senders, attachments and links is very essential. Now let's talk about session hijacking and man-in-the-middle attack. When you are connected to the internet, your computer has a lot of small back and front transactions with servers around the world letting them know who you are and what type of specific website or service you are requesting for. In return, if everything goes as it should, the web server should respond to your request by giving you the information you are accessing. This process or session happens whether you are simply browsing or when you are logging into a website with your username and password. The session between your computer and the remote web server is given a unique session ID, which should stay private between the two parties. However, an attacker can hijack the session by capturing the session ID and posing as the computer making a request, which allows them to log in as an unsuspecting user and gain access to unauthorized information on the web server. There are numbers of methods an attacker can use to steal the session ID. For example, cross-site scripting attack can also be used to hijack session IDs. An attacker can also opt to hijack the session to insert themselves between the requesting computer and the remote server by pretending to be the other party in the session. This allows them to encrypt information in both directions. This method is commonly called as a man-in-the-middle attack. A man-in-the-middle attack is a general term for when an attacker positions himself in a conversation between a user and application by making it appear as if a normal exchange of information is underway. The goal of an attack is to steal personal information such as login credentials, account details and credit card numbers, etc. Targets are typically the users of financial applications, SaaS businesses, e-commerce sites and other websites where logging in is required. Information obtained during an attack could be used for many purposes, including identity theft, unapproved fund transfer, or an illicit password change. Broadly speaking, a man-in-the-middle attack is equivalent of a mailman opening your bank statement, writing down your account details, and then resealing the envelope and delivering it to your door. There are some practical tips to prevent man-in-the-middle attack, such as avoid Wi-Fi connections that are not password protected. The next one is log out immediately from a secure application when it is not in use. The third one is do not use public networks such as coffee shop and hotel Wi-Fis when conducting sensitive transactions, etc. Let's better understand by this image. In a successful man-in-the-middle attack, user 1's computer thinks it is talking to user 2's computer and user 2's computer thinks it is talking to user 1's computer. But the network traffic is diverted by attacker. So whatever the information transfer between user 1 and user 2 is passed through the attacker's computer system. Now we will discuss denial of service attack. It is also known as DOS attack. Imagine you are sitting in traffic on one lane country road with cars backed up as far as the eyes can see. Normally this road never sees more than a single or two cars at the same time. But a country fair and a major sporting event have ended around the same time, and this road is the only way for visitor to leave the town. The road can't handle the massive amount of traffic, and as a result it gets so backed up that pretty much no one can leave. That is essentially what happened to a website during a denial of service attack. If you flood a website with more traffic than it was built to handle, you will overload the website server and it will be impossible for the website to serve up its content to visitors who are trying to access it. This can happen also for innocuous reasons, of course. Let's say if a massive news story breaks and a newspaper's website gets overloaded with traffic from people trying to find out more. But this kind of traffic overloaded is malicious, as an attacker floats a website with an overwhelming amount of traffic to essentially shut down the website for all users. Now let's discuss about SQL injection attack. SQL is also pronounced as SQL. SQL stands for Structured Query Language. As we discussed earlier, SQL is a programming language that used to communicate with database. Many of the servers that store critical data for websites and services use SQL to manage the data in their database. SQL injection attack specifically targets this kind of server using malicious codes to get the server to debug information. This is especially problematic if the server stores private customer information from the website such as credit card numbers, username and password like other credentials or other personally identifiable information which are tempting and lucrative targets for an attacker. An SQL injection attack works by exploiting any one of the known SQL vulnerabilities that allows the SQL server to run malicious codes. For example, if a SQL server is vulnerable to an injection attack, it may be possible for an attacker to go to a website's search box and type in code that would force the site's SQL server to dump all of its stored username and password for the site. Now we will discuss zero-day exploit attack. It is a cyber attack that occurs on the same day when a weakness is discovered in a software. At that point, it's exploited before a fix becomes available from its creator. Initially, when a user discovers that there is a security risk in a program, they can report it to the software company, where creator develop a security patch to fix the flaw. This same user may also take to the internet and warn others about the flaw. Usually, the program creators are quick enough to create a fix that improves program protection. However, sometimes hackers hear about the flaw first and they are quick enough to exploit it. When this happens, there is little protection against an attack because the software flaw is so new. Organizations at risk from such exploits can employ several means of detection, including using virtual local area networks (LANs) to protect transmitted data, by making use of a firewall, and using a secure Wi-Fi system to protect against wireless malware attacks. Individuals also can minimize the risk by keeping their operating system and software up to date, or by using website with SSL, which means security socket layer, which secure information being sent between the user and the site. Now we will discuss cross-site scripting attack. In an SQL injection attack, an attacker goes after a vulnerable website to target its stored data such as user credential or sensitive financial data. But if attacker would rather directly target a website user, they may opt for a cross-site scripting attack. Similar to an SQL injection attack, this attack also involves injecting malicious code into a website, but in this case the website itself is not being attacked. Instead, the malicious code the attacker has injected only runs in the user's browser when they visit the attacked website, and it goes after the visitor directly, not the website. One of the most common way an attacker can deploy a cross-site scripting attack is by injecting malicious code into a comment or a script that could automatically run. For example, they could embed a link to a malicious JavaScript in a comment on a blog. Cross-site scripting attacks can significantly damage a website's reputation by placing the user's information at risk without any indication that anything malicious even occurred. Any sensitive information a user sent to a site, such as their credential, credit card information, or other private data, can be hijacked via cross-site scripting without the website's owners realizing that there was even a problem in the first place. Better understand cross-site scripting attack by this image in 5 simple steps. First of all, attacker discovers a website for having script injection vulnerabilities. After finding vulnerable website, the attacker injects a payload in the website's database with malicious JavaScript that steals cookies from website database. In the third step, the website transmits the victim's browser the page with the attacker's payload. Then the victim's browser executes the malicious script. In fourth step, after script execution, victim sends his cookies to the attacker. In the fifth and the last step, the attacker extracts victim's cookie, after which he uses it for session hijacking and his personal use. In this way, cross-site scripting attack works. Now we will discuss business email compromise attack. A business email compromise is when an attacker hacks into a corporate email account and impersonates the real owner to defraud the company, its customer, partners, and employees into sending money or sensitive data to the attacker's account. Business email compromise is also a type of man-in-the-middle attack. This is derived from the man-in-the-middle attack, where two parties think that they are talking to each other directly, but in reality an attacker is listening in and possibly altering the communication. The attacker will try to gain access to the executive's email account. To remain undetected, he or she might use inbox rules or change the reply to address so that when the scam is executed, the executive will not be alert. Another trick is to create an email with a spoofed domain. For example, the attacker might use john.smith@sam1e.com instead of john.smith@sample.com, or john.smith@believeme.com instead of john.smith@believeme.com. Here he changes the spelling of believe me from BELIEVE to BELEIVE. If you do not pay close attention, it is easy to get fooled by this slight difference. One of the most famous spoofed domain trick ever was the paypal.com, where the attacker changed the spelling from PAYPAL to PAYPA1. In this video, we will discuss about temporary email address. When we discover that anonymous email exists, we do not fully understand how usefulness it can be. And the most important question is, why do we need a temporary email if we already have regular email service providers like gmail.com and yahoo.com? If both the regular emails and anonymous emails are completely free, then what's the difference? There are many benefits of using a temporary email. Let's discuss some of them. The first reason is, when you register to get a regular email, you will need to provide personal information. However, using temporary email, you don't need to do it. The second reason is, a regular email address will never delete your emails, while all the letters will be automatically deleted after an hour when you are using a temporary email address. The third reason is, a regular email cannot be completely removed. On the other hand, disposable email gives you this option without any problem. Thus, the temporary email address has significant advantages in matters of privacy. When you are registering on a resource that requires an email from a specific country, temporary email will help you out. And online shopping usually require you to enter email address. This is a perfect place to use a temporary email. Otherwise, your inbox will be quickly filled up with promotional emails. There are so many advantages of using a temporary email address. Now, let me show you the best website to get temporary emails for free of cost. Hello everyone, welcome to the new video. In this video, we will learn how to hide a file in a picture. When it comes to the safety of data, especially important data, then this must be approached with utmost seriousness. And as you know, in order to hide information very well, you need to leave that data in the most safest place. And this can be done by hiding the data in the picture form. As you can see, first of all create a folder and move the files you want to hide into it. Then select that folder and convert into zip format. Now open a command prompt and run it as administrator and follow my steps which you are seeing in the screen. After this process, a picture will appear on the desktop which contains your data. If you open it as usual, the picture will open. But if you open it as an archive file, then your hidden files will be here. The next tool is VirusTotal. VirusTotal inspects items with over 70 antivirus scanners and URL or domain blacklisting services. Any user can select a file from their computer using various browsers and send it to VirusTotal. VirusTotal offers a number of file submission methods, which including the primary public web interface, desktop uploader, browser extension, and a programmatic API. VirusTotal not only tells you whether a given antivirus solution detected a submitted file as malicious, but also displays each engine's detection label. The same is true for URL scanners, most of which will discriminate between malware sites, phishing sites, suspicious sites, etc. So, VirusTotal is a very good website to save ourselves from malware attacks, phishing attacks, and other like attacks.